What's up, everybody out there in the LEGO community? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be talking about this set right here, which I'm extremely excited to be getting on April the 1st. And that is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. Now, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here in the video, especially with the build and all of the cool little stuff that they've added to this build and how well they translate from the movies and the cartoons over to BrickHeadz. But then there's also some information that we need to clean up about a specific skin tone of one of the characters. So let's go ahead and dive on into all of the information that's going to be here in this video. Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Really quick, let's just look at the build itself, and then we'll talk about the thing that I think is throwing people off a little bit about this specific set. So number one, it looks like we're going to be getting printed pieces for the eyes. That is fantastic. It also looks like we're going to be getting printed pieces for the belt. And the letters on the belt are corresponding to what the character is. So Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello. Printed pieces, great. Now, when it comes to the bandana, there's actually a little bit of a build to it. And let me see if I can get the picture that shows off the bandana from the back. Here we go. So there's a little bit of a build to the bandana. It's not just kind of laying there or a stripe across their face, which is very, very cool. Now, let's go back to this picture. Now, when you kind of zoom in, which I've taken zoom in pictures of these things, when you zoom in, you can clearly see that they added a little bit of gold to the weapons, which I think is just a little bit of a flash to the build itself, which I honestly love that they added that, just that little bit of gold tint there in some of those pieces. I think that's just really great. Okay, now, here's the thing that is confusing a lot of people about this specific set, and that is going to be the skin tone of Michelangelo. Now, when you look at this set overall, in this picture right here, you kind of see, okay, well, these are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? This is the name of the set, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. And when you hear that, well, in my opinion, I feel like people are thinking of the 1987 cartoon or maybe even the 1990 movies, which is totally fine. That's a good thing to kind of think about because, again, these are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, the problem is, I think first, is the naming scheme. This set is not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of 1987 or the 1990s or this or that. It is the world of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, because of that naming problem, again, people are kind of freaking out on why they gave Michelangelo that aqua, almost teal colored skin tone. Well, if you do a deep dive, like people like me who love the franchise, you can find out very easily why they decided to do that. Now, I went ahead and took a screen capture directly from LEGO of the box, and as you zoom in, you can see it says World of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But if you're looking at this on your smartphone or your freaking PC, you're not gonna see World of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's just not there. It's not visible. It's not big enough. And I think that's one of the unfortunate issues of the naming scheme and the information that they've given us, from LEGO about the set. So now let's go on our deep dive, right? Let's go over to several different websites to see the information about why they chose the color of the skin tone. So first off, we're going to look at some of the pictures. Now, some of this is fan art, but this is also from the movies, also from the cartoon. There were many different, also even from the toys. There were many different skin tones out there when it came to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles overall. They were either sometimes a darker army green, a lighter green, or in between those two greens, right? Just many different skin tones. Now, if we look at the 1987 cartoon, again, same exact thing. Lots of different skin tones, and they were all the same. Either this is season 1 here, or even season 1 here. There's multiple pictures, all of season 1 and season 2 and different iterations, but they were kind of all the same skin tone. Either they were all light green or all dark green or all a mid green. Every now and then you would see that the Ninja Turtles had a different colored skin tone. Okay, so going even deeper into that, just go ahead and Google our friend. The new Lego set Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's the number, is based on, and here's some of the information that unfortunately I think Lego didn't get across very well with that little small, sticker or whatever image on the box, right? Like we don't have the box in front of our hands, so we can't see this. So it clearly says right there, the Lego set Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, the Lego BrickHeadz set, is based upon the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise as a whole, rather than a specific iteration of it. So it's not just the 1987 cartoon or the 1990 films or the toys that were corresponding with that. It's everything as a whole that they took into consideration when it came to the skin tones of Michelangelo. Okay, so the franchise history overall. So going a little bit further, were any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles aqua skin tone color? Were they any of them an aqua color? Well, boom, yes. One of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo, has been described of having a aqua or aquamarine skin tone, almost sometimes being seen as teal. And if you just kind of go further into the information, they talk about all the different skin tones that the characters have had. Down here, Michelangelo, also seen as having like an apple green, an aqua green, and a teal colored green described by people. So you're like, okay, that's kind of cool. It's understood. I get it. So now let's bring in our color scheme. Now you can go to this website. It's an actual website that looks at the different colors, the different hues, and how you go from an aqua to a teal, and what percentage of RGB is required to, red, green, blue is required to get to each individual point. Okay. So this is the teal. So now let's go ahead and pull up a picture that I have here. Now this picture here, let's just go back a quick second. I went ahead and grabbed the picture from this specific picture on the website. The reason why I did this is that the other pictures are renderings. In my opinion, they look like renderings of the set, and they're not pictures of the actual set existing in the world, right? Or existing in lighting, so to speak. So I went ahead and grabbed that picture from that. Just a little bit of information here. So let's go back to the color scheming. And let's go ahead and pull up this picture. Now, just a little bit of an FYI. Every camera sees colors differently. It's based upon the manufacturer, whether it's Sony, Canon, Panasonic, whatever camera you want to think of. They all see colors differently. Some say that red is this color. Some say that red is this color. It's all different. And then sometimes you have to go in there. This is like behind the scenes type stuff, but you have to go in there and, adjust the colors to match exactly the representation of the thing that you are taking a picture of. Again, just a little bit of an FYI out there. So this picture is grabbed from Lego. Now, the lighting is not the best. It is what it is when it comes to lighting, but this gives us a little bit of what the skin tone of Michelangelo, at least in their opinion, with Lego, what color they decided to go with, right? So now looking at it, obviously this is not going to be aqua. It's a little too dark, and it's not going to be teal because it's even darker. It looks in between both of these. It looks like the vibrant teal and the deep aqua. Now again, got to remember the lighting is not that great on this picture. But here's the other thing. I'm pretty sure Lego looked at what color pieces they had and they said, you know what? This one looks close enough. Let's go ahead and go with this. Now, just a little bit of an FYI. Everybody sees color differently as well. To me, it looks a little bit too blue for it to be the correct skin tone. But, they're not going to make a brand new piece for one figure for one set, right? If they're not going to be using this piece over and over and over again. Now, for you, it may look exactly what it needs to look like, but for me, it just looks a little too blue in some of the pictures, in some of the media that they've given us. So it is that they went with the overall Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a whole, not just the 1987 film or the movies or the toys, just everything in general. So I like that they did that because they're using all of the information from the franchise to make this set. And they decided to go with a different colored skin tone for each individual character, which again, I'm also fine with. Now, there are some people out there that maybe don't really understand the overall thing of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe they weren't like super into it like myself, or they're not like super into Lego like myself as well. And so when they see this picture, they're wondering, well, why is he that color? Like, you know, maybe there is turtles that exist in the real world that have that colored skin tone or whatever, right? But when doing research, then you'll find out that yes, indeed, Michelangelo was seen as an aqua or a teal color. So hopefully this cleans things up because again, unfortunately, I think if they would have just went ahead and put, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, world or something like that, it would have cleaned things up a little bit and then given people a clear indication of what, you know, the color of this skin tone and why they decided to choose this specific skin tone. Okay, so with this information now, hopefully this clears things up for you of why they decided to go with that specific skin tone for Michelangelo. It's actually canon. I know that we've seen Lego go in weird directions when it comes to Star Wars or any of the other themes that we enjoy. And I think people thought they were doing the same thing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a whole, but no. Michelangelo did exist in the canon in that colored, you know, skin tone. Unfortunately, it's not perfect, but it's what Lego has and it's what Lego decided to go with. So it fits, it works. So if you found this video informative, do us a favor and go down there and hit it with a like. If you want to see more content like this about Lego, obviously subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Just drops you a nice little notification, letting you know that we have dropped some new content. Now, in the comment section below, let us know, are you huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans? Are you waiting for this set? What do you think about the aqua colored skin tone that they went with for Michelangelo? While you're out there looking for your sets, hunting for that perfect set for you, be safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.